Good morning, everyone. We'll continue here in the words of the RAMBAM, Hilchas Avodah Zarah, Perek Gimel. We're now in the third halacha, and we're speaking about the amazing entrance into the world of Avram Avinu, who, as we're going to see, he turns the tides of a 99.999% human race of Avodah Zarah, serving idols and worshiping celestial beings in the sky. The name of Hashem was forgotten altogether, but Avram Avinu at a young age could not bear to see what was going on, and it perplexed him. Who is really running this world? The world is so perfect, yet they claim that there's 20,000 different gods. How are all these different gods working together to make a world of such symmetry? Can't happen. It must be that there's someone behind everything. And therefore the Rambam writes about the Avram Avinu the following: V'yada shekolam tayim, he realized that the entire world was making a mistake. V'davar shegarm lem litais, and what was that which caused them to make the mistake? Because they were serving the stars and their images. Until truth was forgotten, was lost from their minds altogether. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is true. Hashem is Kel Emes. He's the God of truth. And if you're living with Hashem, that truth permeates your life. But when you are going farther and farther away from Hashem, and you're making up ways to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem doesn't exist. Uben Arboim Shana Yikra Avram Esbarei. Avram Avinu was 40 years old when he recognized Hashem. Now remember, the Rambam said before, when did he start his quest? He began his quest, the search for the creator of the world, when he was 3. So Avram Avinu spent from 3 to 40, the next 37 years of his life, searching and seeking and trying his best to uncover the existence of the Ribono Shel Olam. Finally, he accomplished his mission, and at 40 years old, 37 years after he began the process, he found Hashem. The Rambam is saying an amazing insight into the world of Emunah, and that is that Emunah is not something that can be developed overnight. It's not something that if you work on it for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 months or 4 years, suddenly you can claim that you are the greatest Baal Emunah, the greatest believer in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Emunah is going to have ups and downs. There's going to be clarity and there's going to be obscurity. There's going to be days where your Emunah is racing through every fiber of your nefesh and your neshama and your mind and your heart and your soul, and you truly believe in Hashem. And there will be days in your life where it's going to be very difficult, depending on what is going on, to truly be a maimin and a beitech and trust and believe in Hashem. Avram Avinu was all by himself in this world. He didn't have a Rabbi, as the Rambam says. There were no schools to go to. There were no books to read. There were no videos to watch. Nothing. Avram was all on his own. And he kept persevering and pushing with tremendous diligence. He's searching and he's seeking and he's looking for the Ribono Shel Olam. And eventually, 37 years down the road, he didn't give up. Even though there were days when the whole world was telling him, Avram, you're crazy. What are you doing? Worship this idol. Serve this one. Believe in the sun god. Believe in the rain god. What are you believing in? You're searching for a god that you can't see. Here's an idol. You can see it. Here's a graven image. You can see it. What are you believing in? And he kept going. And there were ups and downs and people against him and things in his life not working out. Nevertheless, Avram Avinu kept plugging away in the world of Emunah. It took 37 years, but it was worth it, because eventually he ends up recognizing and knowing Hashem. And that means for us an important lesson, that your Emunah is going to take years and years and years and decades to develop properly. Don't despair and don't be disappointed, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends you a challenge and it throws you off the road, it throws you off kilter, and you're suddenly struggling in Emunah. That's natural, because the way of a Yid is that we are always working and trying to grow and struggle through the challenges that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us. And therefore, if our Emunah on Tuesday is amazing, and on Wednesday it is slacking off, and on Thursday we're getting a little bit better, and on Friday we lose it because of something out of our control that happens, don't despair, says the Rambam. Avraham Avinu didn't give up for 37 years, and eventually he found HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If Avraham, who was the Esan, as he writes, the mighty spiritual warrior for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it took him 37 years, imagine how many years it's going to take for people like ourselves in this weakened spiritual generation. It will take us 37,000 years probably to accomplish and achieve the world of Emunah that we want to, and therefore just keep going. You have a good day, savor it and treasure it, and thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu that you reach new levels in Emunah. You have a rough day, turn your heart and your soul and your words of tefillah to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and daven, please Hashem, help me strengthen my Emunah in you. And in that way, just like Avraham Avinu persevered all the years and found Hashem, we should be zeicher to persevere in our own lives and not get bogged down by the weaknesses that we encounter in our world of Emunah, and just keep going and pushing and elevating ourselves and trying to understand to the best of our abilities what our real deep Emunah is in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have a wonderful day.